so there was no counter nano at the time. Infected appears to be primaling completely off screen because the observer, me, is hopeless. Now Infected on top of Neutral takes him down as well. EMP invested from Seeker. He is clearly scared because he's throwing down that EMP 5 versus 3. That fight was already won, mate. Not too sure about that EMP. Big nade on the high ground though. Neutral hitting a mega purple, forcing out the primal of Admiral, and that's going to cost them nothing. That's going to cost them Strider's life, like I was saying, and that is going to be an easy cleanup for NTMR. A nice stabilize, but the card has rolled a lot. It's actually looking like Neutral is going to be incredibly greedy, going to try and pull this back 5 versus 3. Throws down the window, is juicing damage, but to what end? What is the value of this window? Oh, actually, Tap gets the pulse bomb onto Admiral, and the flail is good from Jacob. And like I was saying, incredible window from Neutral. He knows. Oh, wow. Neutral actually playing out of his mind at this point. A shame that the lamp was on top of Jacob, so it gets broken by the pulse bomb. We really need to see you win this duel, though, Neutral. He does win the duel, but I think he's going to die to the virus. Unfortunate. All could have been avoided if Neutral just threw the lamp off the pulse bomb target instead of on it. Maybe in a few more 100 hours, one-tricking Bap and you will figure it out. The EMP inside is not good fight space for it, but if they can find a nade angle, it will be okay. Now Seeker again going for the solo EMP up on the high ground. That was atrocious. You know, Strider has actually gone over to the Diva, and this is the ultimate sign of desperation. When your team one-tricks Wrecking Ball on every single point of every single map, and then at the 11th hour, we come down to it, and it looks like, you know, the ball one trick is on Diva for the final fight. Strider on the Diva, trying as he might. He's matrixing Winston Zap instead of shooting the Winston in the head. You can see what his specialty hero is because he is lost. Misses the eat on the nade. Fortunately, the nade misses everyone too. Seeker goes for another signature EMP where he EMPs and dies right after, but it's probably not going to be a big deal because Infected has cleaned up 2 with the Primal, make that 3 with the Zap, and that is going to be it. An easy 3-0 for NTMR, which is Nightmare, the main roster. Citrus Nightmare gonna go down. Lep on Lucio, so they're going for the Lucio comp on this map. Icy is the Winston as well, so like absolutely no surprises here for the outcome. I got lotion on my orange right now. I'm up stroking my orange, but that's a separate point. So now TSM, they keep reinventing themselves for a solution, but I see Icy on the Winston, and I don't like this one bit. This is a very suspect pick from him. He is not a confident Winston player, or maybe if he is confident in his head, the results are not reassuring, because Icy, when he plays Monkey, God, it's a bit of a one shift, one die situation. I'd be very worried here for TSM's defense. Renko throws down the Kitsune Rush on the point. Strider is just dicking around along the choke, waiting for his timing to get a slam and a minefield off. You can see the mines have come out. Pulse Bomb as well. Mines actually managed to catch Lep, and this is huge because Lep had beat drop. Suddenly that overwhelming ult advantage, it doesn't seem so overwhelming anymore. Pulse Bomb comes out onto Icy, but Icy catches Chronic with the Primal. Who was I to say that Icy hasn't got the hands on Winston? 1 for 1 now. Lep is back in the fight. King has the EMP. Beat comes out, but it does not catch Strider. EMP does not cancel Jacob's beat, but it doesn't matter. Citrus Nightmare, they're falling over. TSM, unbelievable. Icy primaling a Tracer was not on my bucket list for this match, but here we are. Oh, very dodgy Nano Monkey, though, coming out onto Icy. The Nano comes out after he lands, and he doesn't get any jump pack damage. But the second jump is enormous. King taking down Jacob, and now Icy giving us his hands, showing us that he can, in fact... Oh, no, this doesn't look like he can juggle at all. But he manages to take down Neutral anyway. Oh, yeah, no. Let's just skip on that comment. Either way. Massive nade coming through onto the backline of Citrus Nightmare, though. 1 for 1 trades. Icy suddenly not looking so white on the Winston as he manages to take down 1 with the Primal. Tap Strider taking down the final vestiges of TSM, and looks like Strider, the only Wrecking Ball player in the world to have figured out how to teabag on ball.
Something like 85% of the people watching here on YouTube are not subscribed to the channel. If you want to see more than one video ever, then maybe try subscribing. While you're at it, I'm a Twitch streamer, so check me out on twitch.tv/Hunter.
Closer versus Agilities. This guy got fucked in and out by this boss. And this guy won the Overwatch League. Oh, no more time for slop. We've got a game to watch. Bang! Just in time. X10 hook shots out of spawn, hits the headshot on Chime, and he unmutes to let Xavier carry in 3, 2, 1.
Caught by a grapple here, and then right on cue, Chime lines himself up for another one, and they'll get a lot of space, but Sawhill's hit him with a counter int now, and they'll actually be able to stabilize and retake off this.
Yeah, no, very, very respectable counter in from Sohail, making sure that things can stay competitive for Fluffy Dreamland. It was going to be too easy when X10 gifts them the first point like that. So thank you very much, Sohail. We appreciate your service. Haven takes down X10, so this is a stabilization for Fluffy Dreamland. The Primal comes out for Bun, but only able to commit deep without actually landing any jump pack damage with that Primal. Basically just like a forced overextension with that Primal Rage. Perhaps Bun not entirely realizing that the Primal was about to immediately expire and leave them caught in the enemy main. X10 taking down Chime early in the piece, but Scuffed being traded by Astro. Not ideal. But Halo gets Grapes as well, so this is a good look for Ethereal. Snipe. Everyone is falling by the wayside. I don't actually know what's happened here, because the only ultimate invested was Chime's Blizzard. So somehow Chime's Blizzard has resulted in the entirety of Fluffy Dreamland just spontaneously combusting. Not entirely sure how that happened. All right, rolling into it. I'm going to unmute. Puffer gets the first pick onto Kellen, though. Fraudulent Kellen the Felon going down in the first fight. Dog shit disappointment Kellen going down to Cuffer, the superior Australian main tank.
And I
told you I was going to be biased this match, by the way.
As I have some cheesecake to finish.
Yeah, no, you plow that cheesecake and I will express all the bias in the world. Unfortunately, despite Kellen, the fraudulent main tank, going down in the first fight, Vision, the fraudulent Sombra, has gone down in the second. So an easy retake for NRG Shock. Vision on the Sombra, it's not a bad shout. He is very comfortable on this hero, but Vision doomed Sombra Tracer versus Tree Scissors, it's a big ask. If there's someone to clutch it out, though, it is Cuffer, because Cuffer, I get the feeling he is going to be gapping Kellen throughout this series. Kellen, I wouldn't trust him to carry me if my life depended on it, or if his life depended on it. Right now, Commander X continues to stuff his face with cheesecake, so we will really continue. Good. I can only imagine. I wish I had some cheesecake. We'll see Timeless now playing a little bit slow. Doom throws out the Pulse Bomb, actually forces out fraudulent Kellen's Primal Rage. Not sure why he's primaling that. Clueless bastard. Now Cuffer with the second Primal Rage. Kellen hacked out. Vision has the EMP. Will they be able to make something work with it? Look over at the health bars of NRG Shock. All three players, 1 health. Simultaneously, the point has been flipped. Spectacular play from the side of Timeless. Simultaneously winning the fight with only 1 ultimate invested and getting the flip at the same time. Hopeless from NRG Shock. Kellen the Felon, useless. Call it a Winston gap. Korean Winston my ass. Cuffer all day long. Luke Minnow has the beat drop now to keep them healthy if things get dicey, and there's very low chances of an Ajax. Rack Attack also has the beat, but he's just a nice guy at the end of the day, and he's going to be under a lot of pressure. EMP comes out from Vision, and guess who's dead? It's the fraud. Honestly, it could go either way, though, because Tree, he has the barrage, and this is a very scary combo. We see Scissors up on the high ground, getting forced out by Vision. Recall forced. Doom not able to chase, unfortunately, and a deep dive into the spawn, catching out Luke Minnow. Poor little Luke Fish, sleepy bastard. He does go down. Scissors traded out, so it's a 1-for-1. Timeless and NRG, they're dead even right now, but we need to be so careful. Tree has the barrage. Cuffer's low, but again, the flip goes the way of Timeless. Pulse Bomb comes out onto Kellen, forcing his Primal Rage early. That's going to reduce the value. Nice Guy throws down the beat, but we all know what they say about nice guys. They have a tendency to finish last. Here comes Tree with the barrage, edging towards the point. Vision 85% on the Sombra, though. I think Timeless, they're going to let the point slip. They're going to play slow because they're coming up on a couple of ultimates. Vision, if he can farm up this EMP. Luke, if he can farm up the beat drop. Oh my god, they've not touched. Timeless. They had it. They had it all. They had the ults, they had the fucking macro, and they don't touch the point. This is... Oh... Absolute tragedy that Squid went down early in the piece. No lamp, no shift challenge, just a mess for Timeless, but that's Squid on that for you. High Noon thrown out from Tree. Cuffer actually lands the pin, stuns him out of it, and now Vision is the one pushing forward. Kellen, fraudulent Felon, as his friends call him, dies to the High Noon, and then Scissors, he throws in the barrage, also goes down to Doom. So Timeless, they are straight back into it with the retake. Now Squid, he's got the window for the next fight. Let's see if they can play towards the point side and not have them done. They're actually going to go for the forward fight. Squid still has the lamp in the back pocket if need be. He's thrown it down in the open because he is a Kiriko player and he's not used to doing corner drones. But 1-for-1 trade's not the end of the world.
Will be early position for NRG. Timeless going to come up the far side, but this allows Scissors to get in this obnoxious position that Farah's love right above the choke.
Yeah, powerful
He's
position
going in.
for Scissors. Actually going to go down because the lamp barrage appears to have forgotten the lamp component. A really nice drone on the inside from Squid, and it looks like further investment from Kellen. Vision appears to have no interest in getting inside the cage, would rather stand outside it and just die spectating while he reloads. So that's an interesting choice from him. Here comes the Farah, manages to trade Squid. Somehow Kellen catches Vision too, and now, even though Timeless, they were the destined team to win this fight, things are looking difficult for them. Even Doomed is on the back foot, dashing away from where the objective is, getting a little bit confused. And now we're actually seeing Seeker go back over to the Sombra. I'm not too sure about this one. He's looked pretty weak on this. Every time he pulls it out, I do find myself wondering, how long is it going to take for this poor bugger to build the EMP, and how is he going to disappoint me with it next?
This will be his first one of the day if he gets this one.
True. We've seen him play Sombra for multiple maps today, but we have not seen him use an EMP yet. So let's see if he can get one on the board. That would be a nice little feather in his cap. They might go very fast with the Kitsune rush. This could be their one edge here because CJ is a little bit slow on that one. Admiral doesn't have the beat up just yet. And they are actually going to steal away the point for it. A little bit of a misplay there from Seeker, perhaps not ping-ponging the point at all. So Fluffy Dreamland, not a free retake. It cost them an ultimate, but they get the cap even though there were ultimates in the back pocket. Yeah, no, that's a really good start for NTMR. Infected making things even better, taking down Grapes. The point has once again flipped in Fluffy Dreamland's favor. Things are starting to actually look like core issues for NTMR where they do not seem to respect the point all that much. They're making things closer than it needs to be, repeatedly conceding the cap to Fluffy Dreamland. Actually, Chime throwing in the Blizzard, but Seeker, once again, clean headshot, takes him out, and nobody winds up stuck in that Blizzard. Fluffy Dreamland do get the cap, a classic case of Nightmare having no concept of objective pressure.
Still not finding good value with them, though.
Yeah, I'm going to refrain from talking about which teams have ultimates at this point because apparently that's not a particularly important thing to discuss when talking about who will win the next fight. Grapes comes in with a mystery. I don't want to talk about it because it's not something worthy of discussion, but rushing down with that mystery.
They can make Nightmare come into them. And that's exactly what it seems like they're going to be doing. Just hiding on the back high ground here, keeping an angle to support Astro as we get a pause.
Oh, has Astro just lost their ultimate with that disconnect? Seeker actually threw in his Bob trying to turn that one around, and he's got nothing for it at all. Haven matches with his own Bob, and now we're seeing a disconnection from the side of Nightmare.
Admiral.
Get the fuck out of here. What are these players doing?
What? Taking it one fight at a time?
It's actually protest DCs on repeat. So back to the slop we go. Unbelievable. They don't want you to watch the matches. Window comes out up on the high ground, and we know this high ground position is good, but Infected, he's not in line of sight of his backline, so when he hides underneath, he can't get any healing. Seeker has answered back. Unbelievable pulse bomb coming through from Chime. Seeker actually was safe in the lamp up top, but decides to drop out of it. Admiral, though, he's going to get the trade onto Astro, and I mean, it was a scrappy fight for NTMR, but they do manage to clutch it out, despite Seeker, trying his hardest.
It was out of respect, I think, because it was a really nice pulse bomb from Chime, so he felt like it deserved a kill, so Seeker sacrificed himself.
I mean, that's the Seeker difference, He's an honorable teammate. He knows that Lamp is an incredibly dishonest mechanic, so when he sees a respectable pulse, he allows it to secure the kill. He doesn't let a Lamp hold him back.
An ability to play it slow a little bit, but 1.5 minutes here. They need to start stringing a few fights together.
Finally, we've seen something positive come out from Nightmare, though. After they get that trade, Zero actually rushing in and stopping the close spawns from being enabled for Fluffy Dreamland. So finally, some good objective play after 4 maps.
They're just going to die essentially on point, more or less. They kill him. How is Infected on 2 deaths?
Infected really speed running it right now, just running it in. Dead on the Sigma in record time, and then dead again on the Ramatra, just walking out of spawn. Looking like Jasmine in OWCS Asia right now, the way he's fumbling on first point Circuit Royale. You'd have to be a real OWCS Asia head to get that reference, by the way. One fight away from a full hold, but it has just slipped through their fingers. Every time a window goes down in the second half of this map, Grapes is there ready to receive. He says, Seeker, take me away, because I can't stand living anymore. And then Bastion form plus a window. I mean, Grapes, he's taken away in the blink of an eye. It's unbelievable. Apply on McGravy. This is like, when you gotta take Tony Hawk out back in the race war, like this is what I'm doing to Apply right now. This really hurts.